Hello, and welcome to Sarah's Baked Goods. Today we're going to be making a lemon sponge cake. We're going to be putting lemon zest and juice inside our cake. We're also going to do a lemon curd with whipped cream for our filling and to cover the cake. So let's get into it. We're going to be using split egg method, where we put the yolks in one side and the egg whites in the other. We're going to whip up the egg yolks and then add our flour and our flavoring to it. And we're going to whip up the egg whites with our sugar to get that volume. The benefit to doing this method is you don't lose as much volume when you fold in the full egg whites into your yolks in the end, versus the whole egg method where you have to whip the flour directly into your egg mixture, which makes it very safe to do, but it takes some extra time. So I like to use this method when I have no time at all, because I can't afford to mess it up. And I also like to use it when I have all the time in the world, because it takes a bit longer, but I make sure that it's perfectly fine. So if I had 2 hours to make this whole cake and have it all done, I would use chiffon method or the split egg method. If I had about 4 hours to do it all, I would do the whole eggs, because it's quicker, and as long as you're not panicking and going too fast, you can get the exact same product. And if I'm past 4 hours, I would just go back to the split egg method, because then I have all the time to do it. You don't want to be rushing with the whole egg method, so just be careful when you're doing that one. But I have all the time in the world today, so we're just going to do split egg. Simple way to split your eggs: put it over to your bowl, and you have your yolk. Be very careful with your yolk. If any gets into your whites won't whip as well. The other benefit to the whole egg method is you can get your eggs whipping and then do all your other stuff, because that'll take a while to whip up, and then you can weigh everything out. With this method, you're whipping here and you're whipping here, and you got to make sure that you're paying attention to how whipped this one is and how whipped this one is. You need both to be at the same stage, so that when you finish with this one, you can immediately put this one in. So with this method, you have to weigh out and get everything set up before you start. I have sugar over here, so that when this gets to soft peaks, I'll add in the sugar. When this gets to be a nice pale color, I'll add in the flour and our lemon juice. I'll temper it with our butter and then mix it back in till everything's mixed together. And a dash of vanilla. Once all that is whipped together and looking good, this should be done. I can then fold in the egg whites and then be fully ready to go. I forgot to mention that half the sugar is for your yolks and half the sugar is for your egg whites. You can put the vanilla in right away to your egg yolks and then start whipping to a nice pale color. I put the sugar in the egg whites right away. It's a bit slower that way, but you don't have to panic and put it in at soft peaks. It will still work out fine, it's just a bit slower, which I kind of need when I'm filming. Once you get to this nice pale color, that's when you know that you've whipped enough, and you're going to temper the butter. Make sure your butter is melted, but not too hot, or you're going to ruin your bubbles. So nicely fold it into your egg mixture. And then we're going to alternate flour and lemon juice. The beauty about split egg method is I can go a bit harder here, making sure that the flour is fully mixed in and there's no pockets, and that the lemon juice is fully mixed in as well, because most of the volume will be in the egg whites. That gives me a bit of leeway but it still doesn't give you an excuse to fully just go crazy, because you still will lose some volume and you want this to still be the best cake you can make. You want to alternate making sure that the lemon juice is last so that you don't have any flour pockets, which is a lot worse than having lemon pockets. After it's fully mixed in and your egg whites are at stiff peaks, you can now fold in your egg whites a third at a time. When you're right about to have your egg whites fully mixed in, you can add your next third and then your next third. You need to be very careful at this stage because this is all your volume, and if you whip too hard or fold too crazy, the whole cake will become a pancake and you'll have to start over, or it will just be too dense. This is where you can mess up, so be careful and go slow. No rush on this one. Once you've fully mixed it, you can pour it into your pan, just like so. Make sure you get all of it, every last drop, and then use your offset spatula to spread it out. Make sure it's nice and flat, just like that, and then it's ready to go in the oven. Cake's out of the oven, bounces back at you, that's how you know it's good. I'll just let it cool down for a bit in the pan so that it holds its shape. Make sure you cut around it so that when you pop it off it doesn't rip anything, and that you scrape underneath before taking it fully off. We're going to cut it in half, fill the inside and cover the outside. This is for my girlfriend's birthday, so we're going to add some happy birthday stuff to it. And we'll come back when this is cooled and ready to be filled with our whipped cream and lemon curd. Now we're going to finish our topping, which will be whipped cream with lemon curd. I'm going to be using about half a liter of cream. Whip that up and then go by taste for the lemon curd. I'm going to start with 100 grams of lemon curd and then slowly add more and more. Remember, with cream, you want it as cold as possible to get the most volume. So if you're in a hot area, whip it fast. If you're in a cold area, whip it slowly. I'm about medium, so I'm going to go at about medium. There we are. Just push this out of the way. And you can see stiff peaks now. I changed my mind. I'm going to start with 150 grams. And we'll go from there and see what it's like. And we're just going to fold this in. Until all of it's mixed in. And then I'll taste test and figure out how much more cream I need or how much more lemon I need. If it's too sweet, I might just add lemon juice. If it's too lemony, I might add some sugar. Now that it's mixed in, wasn't lemony enough, so we're just going to mix in some more lemon curd. See how this tastes, and then we'll adjust once again. Remember, this is to taste, so it's all up to you. If you like it super lemony, add lemon juice. If you like it lemony but still sweet, add curd. If you don't like the lemon, just sugar. Once the curd's in there, the whipped cream becomes a bit stronger because of the curd, so you can go a bit more on the mixing once it's fully mixed in. We'll taste test this one more time. That's a lot better. So let's get on to building our cake. So it's a bit short, but it's because with everything going on, not too many people will be eating this cake. But that's okay. If you don't have a turntable, you can easily do this on a cutting board. And all you're going to do is slightly cut all the way around to make sure you have a flat surface. Once you get all the way around, go underneath, hold down flat, make sure your knife isn't going up or down. Follow the line that you cut on either side. And there you go. We're just going to put a small layer of lemon here to get that lemon flavor. And then we're going to put cream on top. Let's move our knife so it's not making it uneven. There we are. That's all we'll need for the lemon curd. So we can put this away. And now we'll start with our cream. Put a nice dollop on. All the way around. Add your top back on. Just like so. And then cover the top. Before we go any further, I'm going to grab a little pen that I can put underneath so it's easier to lift. There we are. This should be easier to work with now. It's a lot easier when you have a turntable, but not everyone has those, so I'll show you how to do it without, and for next time I can use the turntable and show you how easy it can be. All you're doing is off to the side, just slowly put it on and then just drag it along like that so you can get a nice flat edge. Always start with your cream in the middle so that it's easy to not throw it all over the place, and you can always work it to where you need it. That should be enough cream. Now we just need to level everything off, make everything look nice. Easy way to do that is get the top flat first, and then work your way around. And Any spots that have stuff like that, bring it a little bit more. Bring it down. Once you're good with the sides, which I'm almost done, there's just a little bit of there. So once you're good with the flat ends, all you do is and that flattens out this sides of the circle. You always can easily fix the top, so you might as well make sure that the sides look how you want them. And there we are. Nice dressed cake. Put this in the fridge to set properly. Put the rest of this in a piping bag, and we'll start piping on here in a little bit. It's actually the next day now. I didn't have room for the height of the cake, so I had to wait till the actual day to finish. We're just going to do a simple design of rosettes on all sides. And that's all we're going to do for today. It's a very simple design, nothing too crazy. Only issues I had with this cake was when I cut it, I should be able to get it perfectly level even with that height of cake, but I just need more practice, I guess. Even though normally I'd have double the size of the cake, so that would help a lot, but I'll get better with practice. Here's how the cake turned out, looking pretty good. It's a bit simple, but that can be changed for any design that the customer asks for. There's a few mistakes with the cutting, but that will change with practice. But everything turned out great. If you've liked this video, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. I even have my own website. Thank you, and have a nice day.